The college football playoff is here, starting this Friday. Oklahoma versus Alabama in Norman, Oklahoma. And then we got our on-campus games on Saturday. I can't wait for it, and I can't wait to pick these games. Let's hop into it. First one, Alabama at Oklahoma. Kalen DeBoer versus Brant Venables, a rematch of the matchup in Tuscaloosa last month. Oklahoma's offense has been absolutely disgusting since John Mateer got operated on by Dr. Shin. They have been horrible. John Mateer has been horrible. But luckily for them, this defense is smash mouth football. And for Alabama, a team that can't run the ball, a team that struggled last week in the NCC championship game, a team that I just don't think will get done on the offensive side of the football, will lose in a slugfest to the Oklahoma Sooners at night. If this game's Tuscaloosa, maybe it's different. But we saw that already, and we saw them lose. So they go to Norman this time. It's a great staff down there in Alabama. I think they'll have them ready, but I just don't think it'll be enough. Oklahoma over Alabama. Next one, James Madison versus Oregon. It's not even going to be close. It's going to make a playoff committee really rethink this whole system because how not close this game will be. Bob Chesney's mind is completely on UCLA. It's not going to be close at all. Oregon over JMU in the night game. Tulane versus Ole Miss. I don't want to see this matchup either. John Summerall's mind is completely at Florida right now. Not in Tulane. They're going to lose by 5 touchdowns again to Ole Miss. Pete Golding era. Let's go. Spot the ball. Miami versus Texas A&M. Another great game. Who will win this one? Let's go. Matchup a few years ago, actually down in College Station. Texas A&M ended up winning that game over Miami. It was a really good game. I'm just upset that it's a noon kickoff. I really wanted this to be a night game in College Station, but unfortunately it's not. I think a lot of people are surprised that Miami's in this playoff, but I hate to break it to you, Miami's a really good football team. Texas A&M, a few weeks ago, you would have thought they'd be in that top 4 bye spot. Well, they're not, because they lost to Texas. And I think they lose again right here. 2 straight losses for Marcel Reed and Texas A&M, and decisions and conversations will be had about the Aggies' quarterback future in the offseason with the Texas A&M team. I think Marcel Reed might want out. They might want him out because they're going to lose this game. Carson Beck and Miami. Mario Cristobal gets his signature win at Miami over Texas A&M. Tulane versus Ole Miss. Picked that one, went with Ole Miss. So Ole Miss is going to win. Miami's going to win. Oregon's going to win. Oklahoma's going to win. We're done with the first round, the college ball playoff. Now, the Rose Bowl, Oklahoma versus Indiana. Oklahoma's first time in the Rose Bowl since 2017. We talked about that game this episode, how special it was versus Georgia. But I think Indiana, just a great offense and a great defense. Too much for Oklahoma to handle. A great game, but Fernando Mendoza, too much time, too much rest, too much excitement for this Rose Bowl. The Indiana Hoosiers are your Rose Bowl champions, 2026. Let's go Hoosiers. Indiana over Oklahoma to advance to the college ball playoff semifinal. Oregon versus Texas Tech. I'm going to go Oregon in this one. I like the upset. I like the Big Ten team. I think Texas Tech's really good. I think Baron Morton's a good quarterback. I think Joey McGuire is running a great program down there, and they've done a great job all season long. They gave out extensions to their GM today, their offense coordinator today, and they've got a great future. But that future does not entail a win versus Oregon to advance to the CFP semifinal. So Dante Moore and company, Tosh Lupoi, Will Stein, these guys are head coaches, but boy, are they coordinators still for this Oregon team. Let's go with Dante Moore in Oregon and Dan Lanning over Texas Tech. Miami versus Ohio State. I want to pick Miami. I really want to pick Miami, but I can't. I think Julian Sain is so fired up. He's mentally going to be prepared after that loss to Indiana, and his defense is going to play good football. Ohio State over Miami. One thing to look out for. Look out for these Miami DBs to actually have an advantage over these Ohio State wide receivers. Brian Hartline has been apparently a distraction in this Ohio State locker room after being the head coach at USF and still being at Ohio State. He's not managing his time great, apparently. As some of these other guys like Tosh Lupoi and Will Stein are, Brian Hartline is not. So I think Miami loses this game, but close. Ohio State over Miami. Georgia versus Ole Miss. We saw this matchup earlier in the year, and it was a great game. One of the best games of the year. Ole Miss got to a great start. They scored in the first play of the second half, and it was kind of radio static after that. They didn't get things going. Georgia played great football the rest of the way at home, and they got the win. I think you can expect more of the same here, just with less offense from Ole Miss in this new Pete Golding era, with Trinidad Chambliss at quarterback, Charlie West Jr., maybe his mind's on LSU, maybe it's not. I don't think they win this game. Georgia over Ole Miss in the SEC battle to make the CFP semifinal. Now, we've got the CFP semifinal game between Indiana and Oregon. It's going to be a great one. But I think the Indiana Hoosiers advance to their first national championship in Indiana football history over Oregon. Oregon's ride unfortunately ends. Dante Moore and company can't get done versus the Hoosiers, the best team in the Big Ten. They don't win the rematch versus Indiana. We saw this matchup in Oregon earlier in the year. Indiana won by 2 possessions. Expect a similar result at neutral site for Indiana to advance to the national championship. The other semifinal, Ohio State versus Georgia. Rematch of the Peach Bowl all the way back in 2022-2023 college ball season when Noah Ruggles shanked a 50-yarder as we went into the new year. One of the coolest things ever. Kicks it at 11:58, misses it at 12 o'clock. Kicks it in 2022, misses it in 2023. Ohio State, same result here. They lose to Georgia. Gunnar Stockton, this run game, and Kirby Smart get the win. Georgia over Ohio State. Now, Indiana versus Georgia. Both these teams have had great years. Georgia only has 1 loss to Alabama at home. They avenged that loss in the SEC championship game by playing great football. Glenn Schumann's defense has gotten so much better over the year. Kirby Smart's offense has been doing great things too with Gunnar Stockton at quarterback. I like to call him maybe the most mature quarterback in college football, Gunnar Stockton. And he fits that mold of a quarterback at Georgia, like a Stetson Bennett, who can hurt you with his arm, but he can also hurt you with his legs, and he'll disguise it every single time. But for the Hoosiers, it's a great defense, led by Aiden Fisher, led by guys like D'Angelo Pons, Kurt Cignetti, of course, head coach, Fernando Mendoza at quarterback, Roman Hemby at running back. Offense does well in this game against Georgia's defense. I really do think it does. But I think this Georgia offense plays even better. And I'm going to pick the Georgia Bulldogs to win this year's college ball playoff national championship. Kirby goes for 3. He gets his 3rd national championship. Let's go Bulldogs, your 2025-2026 college ball playoff national champions.